The BTS Army woke up to an emotional whirlwind today, as news spread about Taehyung and Jungkook's recent hospital stay, following an intense winter military training program. What exactly happened to Jungkook during the extreme training that landed him in the hospital? And why did Taehyung choose to spend the night by his side? Let's unravel this touching story that has fans talking worldwide. It all began with the highly anticipated winter training program that Jungkook, the youngest BTS member, enthusiastically joined as part of his personal growth and dedication. Jungkook, known for his boundless energy and passion for pushing limits, had been preparing for weeks, diving headfirst into rigorous physical and mental challenges designed to simulate extreme survival scenarios. But no one could have predicted how far the conditions would push him, or the heartwarming response from his fellow bandmate Taehyung. According to sources close to the group, the training took place in one of South Korea's harshest winter climates, with temperatures plummeting to a bone-chilling -20°C -4°F. Participants were subjected to long hours in the snow, grueling physical tasks, and minimal rest. For someone as determined as Jungkook, backing down wasn't an option. But as the training intensified, it became clear that his body was being pushed to dangerous limits. On the third day of training, Jungkook reportedly began showing signs of severe exhaustion and hypothermia. His breathing became labored, and his usually radiant energy seemed to fade. Trainers immediately stepped in, pulling him from the program and rushing him to a nearby hospital. Fans were kept in the dark at first, with no updates from BigHit Music or the BTS members themselves, which only fueled speculation and concern. What happened next, however, has captured the hearts of millions. Taehyung, who had been monitoring Jungkook's condition from afar, wasted no time when he heard the news. Without hesitation, he left his own schedule to visit Jungkook at the hospital. But this wasn't just a quick visit to check in. Taehyung brought along an overnight bag, determined to stay by his best friend's side through the night. Taehyung arrived at the hospital late in the evening, a hospital staff member revealed. He was wearing a mask and a thick coat, but his concern for Jungkook was evident. He didn't care about being recognized or the cold outside. All he wanted was to be there for his friend. But why did Taehyung feel such a deep sense of urgency to stay? Was it simply the bond between two friends, or did something deeper drive his decision? Some fans speculate that Taehyung, known for his empathetic and nurturing personality, might have felt personally responsible in some way. Others believe it was just another example of the unbreakable brotherhood that defines BTS. Inside the hospital room, witnesses say the atmosphere was both emotional and comforting. Taehyung reportedly held Jungkook's hand, whispering words of encouragement as medical staff monitored his condition. "You're stronger than this, Jungkook," he was overheard saying. "We've been through so much together, and you'll get through this too." The sight of Taehyung, one of the world's biggest stars, putting everything aside to care for his friend brought tears to the eyes of those present. It was clear how much they mean to each other, one nurse shared. You could see the love and respect between them. It wasn't just about being bandmates, it was about being family. But this story isn't just about a hospital stay. It's about the deeper meaning behind Taehyung's actions and what they reveal about BTS's dynamic. Fans have often celebrated the group's close bond, but moments like these provide a rare glimpse into the lengths they're willing to go for one another. Social media erupted with messages of support and admiration as soon as the news broke. The hashtag Taehyung and Jungkook started trending worldwide within hours, with fans sharing their own emotional reactions. Taehyung staying overnight to take care of Jungkook shows how much love they have for each other, one fan tweeted. "This is what true friendship looks like." Some even pointed out parallels to BTS's lyrics, drawing connections between the group's music and their real-life relationships. "Remember when they sang about always being there for each other? This is that promise coming to life," another fan wrote. But amidst the outpouring of love, questions remain. How will this incident affect Jungkook's health moving forward? Will it change the way BTS approaches their demanding schedules and personal challenges? And perhaps most intriguingly, what does this moment say about Taehyung's role as a protector within the group? For now, Jungkook is reportedly stable and on the road to recovery, thanks to the quick action of the trainers and the unwavering support of Taehyung. As for Taehyung, he has once again proven why he's not just a global superstar but also a deeply caring and compassionate individual. This incident, while concerning, serves as a reminder of the human side of BTS. Behind the glitz and glamour, these are 7 young men who have built an unbreakable bond. A bond that shines brightest in moments of adversity. And for fans, that's the real story. Not just what happened during the winter training, but how love, friendship, and resilience turned a difficult situation into a testament to the power of connection. So, what's next for BTS after this emotional episode? Will Jungkook take a step back to focus on his health? Or will he bounce back stronger than ever? And will Taehyung's heartfelt gesture inspire others to prioritize their loved ones in times of need? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain. The world will be watching, hearts full of admiration for the bond that continues to define BTS. According to sources close to the group, the training took place in one of South Korea's harshest winter climates, with temperatures plummeting to a bone-chilling -20°C, -4°F. Participants were subjected to long hours in the snow, grueling physical tasks, and minimal rest. For someone as determined as Jungkook, backing down wasn't an option. But as the training intensified, it became clear that his body was being pushed to dangerous limits. On the 3rd day of training, Jungkook reportedly began showing signs of severe exhaustion and hypothermia. His breathing became labored, and his usually radiant energy seemed to fade. Trainers immediately stepped in, pulling him from the program and rushing him to a nearby hospital. Fans were kept in the dark at first, with no updates from Big Hit Music or the BTS members themselves, which only fueled speculation and concern. What happened next, however, has captured the hearts of millions. Taehyung, who had been monitoring Jungkook's condition from afar, wasted no time when he heard the news. Without hesitation, he left his own schedule to visit Jungkook at the hospital. But this wasn't just a quick visit to check in. Taehyung brought along an overnight bag, determined to stay by his best friend's side through the night. Taehyung arrived at the hospital late in the evening, a hospital staff member revealed. He was wearing a mask and a thick coat, but his concern for Jungkook was evident. He didn't care about being recognized or the cold outside. All he wanted was to be there for his friend. But why did Taehyung feel such a deep sense of urgency to stay? Was it simply the bond between 2 friends, or did something deeper drive his decision? Some fans speculate that Taehyung, known for his empathetic and nurturing personality, might have felt personally responsible in some way. Others believe it was just another example of the unbreakable brotherhood that defines BTS. Inside the hospital room, witnesses say the atmosphere was both emotional and comforting. Taehyung reportedly held Jungkook's hand, whispering words of encouragement as medical staff monitored his condition. "You're stronger than this, Jungkook," he was overheard saying. "We've been through so much together, and you'll get through this too." The sight of Taehyung, one of the world's biggest stars, putting everything aside to care for his friend brought tears to the eyes of those present. It was clear how much they mean to each other, one nurse shared. You could see the love and respect between them. It wasn't just about being bandmates, it was about being family.